Wait, say your question one more time.
Sean said the starters aren't playing in the final preseason game.
Oh, this week?
Yeah. So how prepared do you feel you are for week one, taking into account preseason and your journey and path through season?
I think I'm pretty prepared, ready to get out there, get the game plan, and really get to play, knowing what I have to do, when I have to do it, and where I need to be.
How would you assess your first two preseason performances, just as you reflect on it? What do you have to work on? What are you looking forward to as you progress in your NFL career?
It was pretty, so. Always can be better. But just getting out there, feeling the speed of the game more, and just playing and doing what I know I can do.
We asked Joe earlier about what he felt like was the biggest challenge for you, and he said adjusting to different ways that defenders are going to deal with you. How in your mind do you go about doing that, trying to make those adjustments?
So for one, really you can understand the rhythm that they play at, the type of things they like to take away, and then from watching the film, taking account the guys they're probably going against are not, the same size as you, speed, and could do the different things that you can do. So just imagining how it would stop myself pretty much is the same way as they're imagining how to stop me when I'm going out there. So just continue to being creative, asking for different coverages, leverages, and one-on-ones, and in practice, and just perfecting it that way.
Is that something that you can only do through reps on field?
Yeah, so, pretty much just test the guy out, when it's not a pass play or it's a run play, try something here and there, and just see if what you've been studying is really what's going on out there.
Yeah, the other night, the ball at the goal line, when you look at the film, is that a ball you think you should have caught?
Definitely. I feel like any ball come my way, I can catch it, honestly.
What happened? When you watched it, what do you think happened?
Just a drop, focus drop, gotta look the ball in and make the play.
When Keon talks, he talks about feeling a responsibility to Josh, because that's his guy, his quarterback. You're just coming into this league. Do you feel that, you have to take care of what you have to do, but a responsibility to your quarterback to be everything he needs you to be?
For sure, because I'm one of the guys he's throwing the ball to, so he got the trust he has in me. I got to relay it back, make those catches, make both of us look good. If I can't do that, how I'm supposed to get out there and make the plays?
Football science is you're a starter. Do you feel like a starter?
I just feel like I'm going out there playing at elite level and got a lot of elite guys on side of me that, you got to hold your own.
You've gone against, you haven't gone against maybe the best corners yet that you're going to see later on. How do you feel you have done in the area of separation? That's an important thing. How do you think you've done so far?
Honestly, I don't think that's a struggle. We're gonna find out sooner than later, but I don't think that's a concern. I think that's something I continue to work at and show throughout practice, throughout week-to-week basis.
When a play like that at the goal line that you were talking about a minute ago comes up in the film room, take me into that. Is it frustrating when something like that happens, and trying to break it down when you're talking about it as a team?
I think it's more frustrating when it happens than after, because after you're already in the process of feeling, right after you kind of mad, but you got to get to the next play. Man, when you watch the film, everybody in the room know you got to catch that. So nobody's going to continue to harp on you. People make harmless jokes throughout practice and stuff, but you got to make that catch. Simple as that.
Joe said that the wide receivers blocking Saturday was very good. How much more are you being asked at this level to block, and what's been that, adjustment for you versus what you might have done at Florida State?
Florida State a lot was RPOs, different things like that, but now it's going, just giving effort, backside, going to get the safeties, and when the bubble spit out the other side, making sure the corner can't make that play.
Where do you feel like you've shown the most growth, maybe from the start of training camp to now?
Speed of the game, playing at the speed that everybody else playing, and just pretty much making the plays that they knew I could make.
A lot of wide receivers were picked first round or early second round. Do you pay any attention to what everybody else is going on? Do you have a sense of competition with those guys as you all come into the league?
I wouldn't say so. Salute to them getting drafted where they got drafted, but I'm a guy that comes in ready to work and outwork anybody that's in my field of play. So, the cards are going to lay where they're going to lay depending on production and all that, and that's for everybody else to do. I'm here to do my job.
So much was made of your great outgoing personality when you first got here. Now that you've gotten through training camp and things like that, have you tried to shift things to more Keon Coleman, the football player?
When has things not been Keon Coleman, the football player?
But so much attention was the jacket, the cookies, and all of that, and now that we've gotten into being on the field, have you tried to maybe shift away from that
I mean, I don't really like talking about a jacket either. It's football season. Like, my mindset's been football ever since my first press conference was football. Yeah, you got to see the personality, but was I the one focused on the jacket? Not at all. I was focused on learning the playbook and being able to play at the speed of the game.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Y'all have a good day.
Got that back in.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Hey Josh, we just heard Keon say he called it a drop at the goal line. He put it out himself. You see that? I know you weren't on the field at the time. What kind of message, what kind of communication do you have with a young receiver after a situation like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's all learning experiences. You know, I know Mitchell said that he could have given him a better ball, and Keon's going to say he could have caught that. So if we can clean up a little bit of both, I think we're probably celebrating the end zone and everyone's staying calm. But Mitchell's also playing on a bad knee that drive, and I commend him for toughing it out. That's not easy to do, and he stuck in there to help his teammates. And yeah.
Remember back a while ago when you were talking about looking back at film at Wyoming, those roasts you called it?
Yeah.
There's no film on leadership. There's no film on that to judge that. But as you reflect back, how much have you grown as a leader 7 years into the NFL, or do you think back and maybe become more assertive, or in what ways have you grown as a leader?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a level of trying to always be who I am, be myself, be as authentic as possible. And everyone knows that's a joyous guy that likes to have fun. I love the game of football. I love life. But there's times where, there doesn't need to be joking around. Time to get serious. And over the years, I've found when that is the most critical and when it's the hardest to do sometimes is the right thing to do. And I think just over the course of so many years and talking with different players that we've brought into the building, different coaches that we've had on staff, and just learning from each and every one of them and just trying to apply that to how I can be the best leader of this team that I can be. But ultimately it comes down to being myself, and I feel like I've been myself since I've been here, and I'm going to continue to do so and just try to bring guys along. So I know Coach McDermott talks about be you with us, and that's all we're trying to do here.
But Josh, getting the 2+ months with Joe last year from Keon Coleman, has that helped you as much as you envisioned?
Absolutely. And I think, again, I was in the quarterback room with him a year and a half prior as well. So we know each other very well. I got a lot of faith in him, and he does in I. So we got to continue to keep growing and talking and understanding what we're trying to accomplish when he calls a certain play. And again, I'm an extension of him when I'm on the field. So I got to keep learning and just keep asking as many questions as I can.
Do you sort of get the why of each play call now when you hear it in your head?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that, everything that we're doing right now, it has a rhyme and a reason. And, you guys saw last year the type of play caller that he is. He finds a groove, and if something's working, he's going to continue to use it. And, he's going to have jabs and counters as well. So, just trust in what he's calling.
We never got the chance to ask you. I think it hasn't happened. But being underpaid as a quarterback in this league, what do you make of all these guys getting ahead of you?
Listen, everyone's going to have their day. I'm happy that everyone's getting what they're worth, right? And I think that as the game progresses and guys keep getting paid, again, the market is the market. And I've got no problem with where I'm at right now. And, I had my day a couple years ago, and I'm sure someday I'll have it again, But I think the main thing is the main thing, and that's playing football to the best of my ability, and everything else will take care of itself.
The starters won't play on Saturday. We saw, I know you guys doing some scout team stuff. When will you really start to dig into Arizona now?
I mean, we'll get through this weekend before we actually get into exactly what they're going to do. And again, it's game one, so we can watch all the film that we want to watch from last year, but who knows what they're going to do week one, And we got to understand that we can have a plan going into it, but if it's completely different than what we've got, we got to adjust and make in-game changes, which is something I think that we do very well. And Joe's very adaptable, and he finds a way to put our guys in the best position to win. So, I think next week we'll get into them.
Josh, you've been around a lot of rookies at this point in the course of your career. What's maybe a little bit different, or what stands out to you about
I mean, I think that his football IQ, and I've talked about it before, the way that he sees the field is pretty special for a rookie to do. His body control, the way that he can go up and jump and catch balls that you guys have seen throughout camp. So he loves this game. He loves being around his teammates, and I'm very excited to see what he can do for this offense.
Obviously, Joe's been a big story, injury since Saturday. Watching him from afar, what did you make of him, calling the defense, and the game that he put out?
Yeah, stepped up into a position where we're down all linebackers right now, and didn't blink. He answered the call that was needed to be answered on Saturday. So I'm very, very happy for him. He works extremely hard. We all know the hometown hero story, and he's not letting it affect him, though. He's still out here making plays in practice, and he's flying around and playing some good football right now, which is fun to see.
Is there anything to the arm sleeve this year?
No, just switching something up.
I remember earlier you were asking, you were like the point guard this year, so I don't know if it was like a bit of a basketball look.
Yeah, sure.
There it is? Okay.
That's it.
What about Zach Davis? What have you seen? He seems to make plays every time we're watching him practice.
He's just a guy that loves football, loves his teammates, and he finds himself in the right positions because he does things the right way. He's blocking for other guys. He's running routes to get other guys open. When his time is when he's asked to make plays for us, he's making the plays. So I know that at the end of the day, this is a business, and he's fighting hard right now. And I love watching him play. I love watching him practice. He's got a boatload of energy, and he's fun to be around. And you love rooting for a guy like that. And again, he just continues to make play after play throughout these days.
How invested do you get in some of the guys from the bottom of the roster, knowing that Saturday they're playing for a job?
Yeah, I'm very invested in, I think all my teammates. And the sad truth is, throughout the entire league, this is the last game that some guys will ever play, and it's not a fun Sunday, Monday, because obviously cuts happen, and you make that initial wave of cuts, and then the teams are looking at who else got cut. So the next day you might also. So it's not fun. I feel for the guys, and I love these guys, and hopefully we can get a lot of them back, because the reality is we can only keep 53 guys on this active roster. And but again, we got guys that are working hard here each and every day, trying to make the team.
Josh, I know you got a question earlier about leadership, so I apologize that this is a little bit repetitive, but there's been a lot made of 6 of your 8 captains from last year are no longer here. Do you feel that this team is in an adequate spot or in a good spot with the new group of leadership that you have, obviously yourself included, but the new group of leaders on this team?
Yeah, and I think youth can sometimes be a positive thing. Guys don't know what they don't know, and we're able to kind of teach them as a coaching staff, what we want from them, and as Coach McDermott preaches the playoff caliber type mentality and the mindset that we have in this building. I think having youth and being impressionable there and instilling that into the guys that are coming into this building, it's something that they get right away and they can buy into. So I trust the guys on this team. You talk about on the defensive side with Terrell Bernard, a guy that stepped up last year, and I know he's only a couple years into this, and he's still young, but he's going to play a lot for us, and he's done a great job in terms of communicating on that defensive side of the ball, and guys feel like he's a guy that they can come to and talk to, in terms of the defensive scheme, and he knows it, and he practices it each and every day, and you can see him in this building having work on his body, and he just does things the right way. He's a true pro, and guys get to see that at such a young age, and it's infectious to the other guys. So we've got plenty of other guys too that are in this building that are vets. You talk about Vaughn, you talk about Day, you talk about Ed Oliver on that defensive line, on the offensive side, guys that have played a lot of football, and Dion, Connor, Dave Edwards, guys that have been around. So I'm not worried about that at all.
What's one thing for just a second? You know what it's like to be a high pick with expectations. Rewatching, he seems to be pretty focused and a worker. But have you ever had any conversations with him about that? Because obviously he was the top draft pick with certain expectations. Have you had that, or what do you sense of the way he'll deal with it?
No, I mean, I think talking with him and knowing where he's from and where he's been, I think he's made for a city like Buffalo. And I think that, again, he's played in a lot of big-time games in college, and he's answered the bell there. And I got no worries about his mindset or his ability to help this team win football games. Thank you guys.